Hello, brothers and sisters in Christ. This is Yoko's Narrowgate channel. In June of last year, I went to a 10-day trip to Switzerland. Before I left, I looked at a comparison site for overseas travel insurance and purchased overseas travel insurance that covered what I needed most. I usually buy insurance knowing that I won't use it anyway, but this time I was really glad that I had it. The shocking reality of American healthcare. In the US, you'll have to select your own health care. That was amazing to me as in Japan, everyone joins the national health care. The premium is determined by the salary level. However, it is contributed by employee and employer 50-50. Total rate is 9.98% if you are under 40 years old and 11.58% if you are 40 years old and older. The difference is the nursing care insurance premium. The medical situation in the US amazed me when I first joined one. The premium itself is expensive, and on top of that, there is a certain amount you will have to pay upfront, and anything beyond the insurance will cover. It seems like the medical expenses in the US is 10 times higher than that in Japan. Of course, they have Medicare, which is a system run by the state and federal governments for low income earners, but not sure if anyone is eligible for it. I don't know about the medical situation in Switzerland, but I think medical expenses abroad are roughly the same as in the United States. I don't think there's another country where people can go to the doctors and get prescriptions as easily as they do in Japan. American people do not visit the doctor's office so easily. They first try OTC medicines. Most people seem to take the stance that if they have a minor illness, they can treat it with OTC medicines and sold at drugstores. So there is a huge selection of OTC medicines available. I purchased overseas travel insurance when I went to Switzerland in June last year. When I go on a trip abroad, I usually purchase overseas travel insurance before I go. When I went to Switzerland in June last year, I was talking to a friend from my high school days in Nagoya on the phone to discuss which overseas travel insurance we should purchase. There are comparison sites, so we looked at them and chose the one which was best for us. We purchased insurance with different companies. I chose Sompo Japan, with life insurance being secondary and medical expenses and rescuer expenses having the highest coverage. Rescuer expenses are the cost incurred in moving an insured person who is still undergoing treatment from the local hospital to a hospital in their home country. Receiving treatment overseas is expensive, so I thought it would be better to return to Japan if I could. According to GoodRx, ambulance rides can be expensive in the US. The average cost in 2020 was $940 for a transport with basic services and about $1,300 for a transport with advanced life support. I have been transported by ambulance twice in the last 2 years and I was not charged anything. Details of my overseas travel insurance. This is the breakdown of the overseas travel insurance I purchased with Sompo Japan. It covers the maximum amount of medical expenses and rescue expenses of 10 million yen, that is 67,000, and damages of 100 million yen, that is $670,000. This insurance covers me for 11 days and cost 4,730 yen, which is about $32 at today's FX rate. How much will it cost to treat a broken ankle? On the fourth day of a 10-day trip to Switzerland, I broke my left ankle. I immediately contacted Sompo Japan and explained the situation. I couldn't get through to the local contact by phone, so I contacted them by email. and a representative came through and gave me instructions on what to do. The hospital fees for the first aid in Switzerland, taxi fares, medical expenses after returning home, surgery, prescription fees, etc., were covered. And the total cost in Switzerland was about 130,000 yen, which is about $870. And total cost in Japan was about 620,000 yen, which is about $4,200. That is, I had a surgery to put a Titan plate and I was hospitalized for 9 days. Then I had another surgery to remove the Titan plate and it was 4 days. Total cost was 620,000 yen, which is $4,200. In the US, I think it would have cost me more than $45,000. Most credit cards have automatic overseas travel insurance. I paid for the Narita Express with my EPOS card so that the overseas travel insurance would apply. The underlying insurance company is Mitsui Sumitomo Insurance Company Limited. I contacted them after I returned home and claimed the local wheelchair fees, taxi fares used for transportation, and the upgrade fee for the return flight with Sompo Japan, which Sompo Japan said they could not cover. I don't know if they will pay this, but it never hurts to try. Be sure to get overseas travel insurance just in case. Overseas travel insurance does not cover medical expenses forever. It generally covers 180 days from the date of injuries. My medical expenses are only covered until December 9th, 2024, so I will have to pay for my rehab from now on and out of my own pocket, but covered by National Health Insurance. Each visit will cost about $9. I didn't choose to have surgery or hospitalization in Switzerland and instead had the surgery after returning to Japan, so I wasn't charged 10 times. But it's possible that I could have ended up having surgery and hospitalized there. That's why I think it's important to have overseas travel insurance. With Sompo Japan, all the forms for claim procedures are handwritten, which is very troublesome. I think there's room for improvement in that regard. Thank you very much for listening to me. This channel is intended to reach out to Christians in the world so that they can pray for Japan and the Japanese people. If you would like, please refer Yoko's icon here on the right to your Japanese friends who are non-Christians.